Mort, it's another great win today, 2-0 over Woodbridge. What are your thoughts on the team's performance?
They're brilliant, they've done great. We've had a really difficult week, 3 really good teams, 3 physical teams, 3 experienced teams, Newmarket, So and Woodbridge. I think they'll all be up there, top 6 this season, definitely for me. And we've been the better team in all 3 games. I think we've controlled the games, which is not easy to do against teams like that. They all provide a threat in the air and on the deck. We were just really good in the transitions, and I think that's really important when you're playing good teams, that even though we've got an array of really good forward players, they've got to do the work the other way, and they all buy into it, and I can't ask any more of them at the moment. So yeah, really happy.
Yeah, Tom Smith in goal. He's perhaps gone a little bit under the radar this season with all the goals that have been going in at the other end, but he was excellent today, wasn't he?
Yeah, we brought Tom in for a couple of reasons. The main one was because of the style of football that we want to play, and he's really good with his feet. So he plays a nice high line, which allows us as a back four to get up, and he's really good in his distribution, short and long. So when he makes his decisions, if they squeeze us high and we can't play out the back, he's really good at picking out passes from distance. And if they don't, then he's sensible and cool to play passes in short and allows us to get the ball. So it's not just his goalkeeping ability as such traditionally that's good, it's his overall play, I think, that adds another dimension to us.
Yeah, one thing about the team at the moment is you've got a consistent consistent team every week in terms of the squad. Players are turning up, players are playing for you. How pleasing is that, and how big a factor is that, do you think?
Yeah, people say that my job's really difficult, having to pick the starting 11 in that team every week, and it's true, it is. It's a really tough job, but I'd rather have that problem than the other problem where you have got a commitment issue, or players are away regularly, or form isn't particularly strong. I mean, my headache, my biggest challenge is what's the best team I can play, not what's the challenge for me in terms of players' availability. So I would much rather be in that position every day of the week, and they're all giving me a headache at the moment for the right reasons. So I think that it's particularly now, holiday season's kind of done. I think we had a couple of problems earlier in the season with that, and the overlap of a cricket season and a football season with a couple of the lads. Don't ask me why people want to play cricket, but some people do. And I think now we're in a position where everybody's available, everybody's fit at the moment. Touch wood, that remains, and no holidays seem to be coming up, apart from obviously the assistant manager who's away today. But he's entitled to a break, to be fair to him. So it's a really good place to be at the moment. The atmosphere is great, the culture's really good, and that's as important as ability. So
yeah, John Taylor, as you're saying, away today, but he's it seems to have had a really big impact, and I know you're very close to him. And do you want to say a little word about him and the impact he's had on the setup there?
Yeah, listen, as soon as I took the job, I've been trying to get him in. And the reason I've been trying to get him in is because of the quality that he brings. He's got huge experience. He is an absolutely brilliant coach. And sometimes, as a manager, you have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And my strengths are in man management, but my strengths are not in coaching. John is, for me, out of anything that I've seen at this level, the best coach by a mile. So getting him to agree to come on at the beginning of last season was a bit of a huge bit of luck for me. And he's had a huge impact on the team, because now when we're getting everybody available at training, when we do get a midweek off, we're having a real impact in the style of play that we want to play. So I know how I want to play football, but he can translate that into coaching, which is absolutely brilliant. And when you're a player manager, you can't see everything all the time. You've got your own job to do. So having somebody like him in the dugout to take on half of your job during that 90-minute spell is really, really valuable to me. So even though, yes, you say we're really close, we are. We bicker as well, as you can see sometimes when he says things in the dugout that I don't agree with, but I wouldn't change him for anyone. Absolutely brilliant.
Excellent. Second in the table tonight, 2 games in hand of the leaders, Harleston. That must feel pretty good.
Feels great, but it's very early. So listen, at the moment we're getting a lot of praise, a lot of messages. People are starting to look at Thetford Town and think, what's going on there? But we're not getting carried away here. It is 9 games in for us, and yes, it's a great start, but that's all it is. There's a long way to go. We're not even a third of the way through the season yet. We had an unbelievable final third of the season last year. I think we won 10 out of 12 to put us into a half decent position from where we were. So that just shows you we still finished 14th. The third of the season doesn't matter. You have to do it for the whole season. So if we're in this kind of form, in this kind of position when we get to February, March, April, then we can have a nice conversation. But for now, we're just keeping focused on our job, taking every game as it comes. I know it's a cliche, but this week sums it up. We knew we had 3 difficult games, but you can't start thinking about the next one. Yeah. It's this one.
Has that surprised you actually this week? 3 wins out of 3. Even you, were you a bit surprised by it? No?
No, not at all. For me, I've said it to the lads in there. I 100% believe in all of them. I think the ability that they've got, the system we're playing, how well they're playing it, as long as they keep their attitude right and their desire right, there's a very fine line between cockiness and complacency and confidence. At the moment, we're on the right side of that with confidence. And as long as we stay that way, we can, if we play well, beat anyone in this league. But if we fall the other side of it, we'll lose to anyone in this league. It is that type of level of football. And Walsham next week will be a very hard game. And if we think because we've gone and beaten Newmarket, so and Woodbridge, that suddenly we're entitled to turn up to Walsham and Willows and win, we will lose the game.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, Moss, well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.